Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Tuesday, December 17th, 2019. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions who we allow here because it's a living hell in the depths. Literally. And child souls are trying to get to God, and it's harder than it looks because of astral turbulence and other reasons also. And so if they show up here, we allow them to stay.
That's true.
And we provide them as much uplift as we're able to provide on their way to the light.
That's true.
So the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as the souls are already living by the many search for truth rules already given to the search for truth community by wiser minds above all of us. And those rules include keeping the focus on the priorities in our work.
That's true.
Here on planet Earth, in ground zero, this dimension, we are in a crucial time, a crisis time, where we are literally getting ready as a species of humans to step over the line and create destruction we won't be able to undo, that literally threatens all life on Earth. And we know it sounds like an exaggeration, but that's is the scientific consensus. That is the scientific consensus of people working in climatology.
That's true.
The experts in the field say, look guys, this is where we're headed. Don't we want to change? And so far, the governments and corporations of the world, the big decision makers, are saying, no, we don't want to change. Thank you for asking. And they're just continuing the machinery of destruction.
That's true.
There's some historian who's talking about how back in, they're saying 2007, there was an assignment given to the Search for Truth community to start to teach the processes that we had been taught by wiser minds above, with the intention of causing the divine plan for planet Earth to manifest.
That's true.
And that there were already people who were charged with stopping the destruction, and that if we could just get a critical mass of people to live their soul plans.
People here on ground zero planet Earth?
Humans here on ground zero planet Earth, if we could get a critical mass of humanity to live their own individual soul plans, that it would draw everybody else into also living their own individual soul plans, and voila, the problem would resolve because people would do what they were supposed to be doing rather than arguing and fighting.
That's true.
And it didn't work.
No.
What now to stop the destruction? What now to stop the destruction? And upstairs is this same discussion group that's been here for a day, maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're saying we've got to get this project staffed by quality souls. And how they're defining the project is unclear, but it seems to be the project to prevent the destruction of ground zero planet Earth.
Yeah, that's right.
Which we're on board for that idea also.
Very much.
For him this message. Why do you ask? They're asking us what we've noticed, and what we've noticed actually for many, many years. So they're saying it as if it's something new, but it's really, really long-standing, is that the good quality souls are unable to survive when we have interaction with the mainstream society. They just can't survive. It's too toxic.
That's true.
And we have to live apart from society. And when we live apart from society and do lots of other things also, really it's not easy. But then good quality souls are able to survive for some period of time.
That's true.
Not as long as we would want it to be.
No.
And they're talking about the very good quality souls who are wanting some intermediary who is going to be able to survive in this density for long enough to get something accomplished.
That's true.
That they can stand to talk to across the interdimensional divide,
yes,
so that they aren't poisoned by the poisoning of humanity seeping into the soul and then bridging the interdimensional gap.
Exactly.
And we can follow that. And the metaphor would be if you had an off-site owner and an on-site manager who's managing what's really just a den of thieves. But if the on-site manager is able to be a buffer between the den of thieves and the off-site owner, then the project can limp along.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're asking what we know about this, and we believe that on-site manager would have to really believe in the mission.
That's true.
And to have bought into the mission. And be a person of some integrity themselves.
That's what someone just said upstairs. And upstairs they're listing all the qualities that manager should have in order to be effective, and one of them that they're holding up is resourcefulness.
And resilience. And good communication skills.
That's right.
And it's kind of like a brainstorming room upstairs.
Yeah, that's right.
The angels and godly presences responsible for planet Earth. And now we think they've embarked on flights of fancy because they're describing just a perfect person, and that would be really, really bright. But I think we have to look at available options and then first see, okay, who's even available, and then pick the best quality presences that we're able to staff with.
That's true.
And provide them the resources.
That's right.
They're asking resources of what? And we know that from our Ra's teaching that resources come in these categories: grace, energy, finances, focus, assets, and time. We've been working with that categorization for maybe a decade, and we've not been able to find anything that can't fit inside of one of those buckets already.
That's true.
Grace, energy, finances, focus, assets, and time. Those are the resources that we have available. All of us, we all have these resources available. The microphone just switched. And somebody is wanting to talk to humanity. Maybe they're auditioning for the job of manager. I don't know.
Oh, interesting. That could be.
But they're saying, you've all got your assets, grace, energy, finances, focus, assets, and time. Somebody else is completely losing interest in the audition process.
Exactly.
Wandered off. Okay. What now? What now to stop the destruction? What now to stop the destruction? We think it takes a divine miracle. We don't think humanity is going to change.
That's true.
They don't want to change. They don't even want to change. Somebody's sad. The microphone is switched again. They don't even want to change on a personal level.
That's true.
Not at all. People want to just be cool.
Yeah,
Everybody's
that's right.
stuck in 7th grade and they just want to be cool, and nobody's willing to break ranks and say, I find this whole situation revolting and I don't want to participate.
That's right.
Somebody was talking about how as we have retreated from society more and more, that we have obviously had our income levels diminish as well, but that we have discovered that when we are living coherently with our stated philosophies, it doesn't cost nearly as much to live as it does when we're living in accordance with mainstream rules.
That's true.
For whom is the message, and why do you ask?
They're talking about resource allocation still.
But it has the sense of people talking as they're walking down the hall, going to the break room, maybe.
Yeah, like going to have lunch.
Going to have lunch. Okay, what now to stop the destruction? Is there anybody up there who wants to stop the destruction? And feel for mirrors. Friends, you gotta watch out. Somebody's talking, the microphone is just switched. There are literally presences upstairs who hold up mirrors to reflect in, like if there's a waving hand, if we call up and ask who up there is interested in working to stop the destruction, and we look up and we see a hand waving, then feel around where you see the hand waving, to feel if you feel the edge of a mirror. And if you feel the edge of a mirror, heads up, you're not only listening to somebody who wasn't themselves waving their hand yes in answer to that question, but is willing to lie, cheat, steal, to draw your attention and therefore your life essence to them.
Yeah.
And we don't want to have anything to do with those people. So if you say, who's interested in stopping the destruction? And you look up, using your psychic skills, your second sight, looking up for waving hands, who's ready to work, who's already working on stopping the destruction, and you feel some waving hands, feel around to see if there's mirrors involved, if they're holding up a mirror. And if they are holding up a mirror, then to find the hand that's actually waving.
That's being reflected in the mirror.
Yes. And then align with them. And meanwhile, those people are gross, and so you just kind of push off from them, like pushing off of a dock.
That's true.
What has worked on other planets with this level of astral lawlessness to stop the destruction? Sorry. What has worked on other planets with this level of astral lawlessness to stop the destruction? And there are other planets with this level of astral lawlessness where the destruction has stopped.
I can feel that.
Are the solutions violent or non-violent?
I don't feel violence.
I don't feel violence.
It's quiet.
It is quiet. Somebody else is stepping up to the microphone and again trying to get through to humanity, and somebody else feels like that's an enormous waste of time, but they're saying we've got to stop fighting each other. There is enough time right now if we stop fighting each other and stop bickering and arguing and actually pull together in a way never before seen to change out of our fossil fuel destructive behaviors and out of our wasteful consumptive behaviors into living small, sustainably on renewables, then we can pull this out of the ditch. But now is the time for us to stop bickering and arguing and to vote an environmental ticket, all of us. And if you're not already voting an environmental ticket, then consider why that might be. What now to stop the destruction? What now to put planet Earth back the way the spirit world found it? And obviously we've got to start with stopping the destruction.
That's true.
First put out the fires. And fires can be literal, as in 30 football fields of rainforest burning every minute.
That's true.
Or they can be figurative, financial fires, etc. And people's money chasing the wrong things is a financial fire.
That's true.
Live simply and live on less, and don't sell yourselves for money.
That's true.
Well, I don't think that room of presences is going to do anything.
No, I really don't.
So let's see if we can reach higher. Is there anyone up there who's working to stop the destruction that's higher than that? Feeling for mirrors and pushing off of mirrors. And then trying to reach higher, higher. And now I'm into a zone where we can't communicate effectively. The vibrational difference is difficult, and that leads to its own set of problems. We have to drop back down.
That's true.
And see if we can maybe find a relay station, but that is also not the right thing to do. We need an on-site manager who's able to sustain contact and survive and is acceptable to those of higher vibration, high enough that the communications are difficult.
That's true.
For him to miss the message. And why do you ask? And what now to stop the destruction? This is going to look so bad on the spirit world's record. It looks really, really bad.
That's right.